I'm Jessica Taylor. I'm a doctoral student at the University of Florida, and I started the Tidewater Main Street project in 2012. I started the project in Gloucester County, Virginia, through the Samuel Proctor Oral History Program because I really wanted to bring students to a place that I love more than any other place in the world. I wanted to show students something that was really important to me, which was Virginia as a state, but also as a historical monument in a place that's deeply troubled by environmental and economic concerns. The project got named the Tidewater Main Street Project because we actually started the interviews in Gloucester Courthouse, Virginia, which is centered around a historic main street that actually goes back to the 18th century. So it's a really great place to see history deposited in layers. It starts with the colonial period, but then you get into the periods of the Civil War, segregation and Jim Crow, and then the modern tourist economy that Gloucester Courthouse is trying to build its new economy around in the kind of post-industrial era. So all of those things are embodied in a single street. They all coexist side by side, and historic preservation, oral history, archaeology, and activism bring all these things together, bring all these time periods together. Well, when I was an undergraduate, I began an archaeological internship at the Fairfield Foundation. I'm not very good at archaeology, at least the digging part of archaeology. So I asked to do something different. I found out about oral history through a book called Women's Words, which privileged the way that women's voices have been pushed aside by mainstream or document-driven history. And I made my own reading list, and I started interviewing Guinea men and women in Gloucester County, Virginia, so outside of Gloucester Courthouse, in 2008. I did about maybe 8 to 10 interviews in White Marsh in Guinea. And from there was actually some more interest from local journalists and people that were doing archaeology and historic preservation and adding an element to their work. So we've actually been able to continue this project because of the fact that so many different kinds of people see oral history as a tool and a toolkit, basically, to keep really cool projects going. Well, I found contacts to interview through, first of all, the archaeologists that I was working with initially. Oftentimes the donors will also want someone specifically interviewed, but usually if someone has a really great contact with you, they have a really great encounter with you, they're going to help you find the next person to interview, like a kin or friend, or maybe they'll even carry you to their house. That's really great. So it's all about being able to get on the road and be there at the drop of a hat to help record oral histories or help other people with the projects that they already have going on. I really hope more than researchers, it will be useful to the communities that we document. And the reason that I want that is because sometimes fishermen representing largely working class communities that are oftentimes feel marginalized by mainstream politics and researchers and academics. And it's important to not be that kind of researcher. So I hope that for researchers personally, that this project helps them remain grounded and helps them realize the wealth of information that can come from being collaborative. I'm proud of all of the people, the students that have gone on this trip and staff that have come on this trip. I'm proud of the people they've become. That's all.